Okay, we are live. Welcome everyone to this all-new episode of Healthier, Happier You. I'm Dr. Alan Chong, the spine coach. I'm a chiropractor, a life and health coach, a speaker, and a visionary leader. Your host of Healthier, Happier You. It's an all-new health talk show about real people, real health issues, and real solutions. For over 27 years of my clinical practice, I've noticed that people really want to get healthy, but what they don't often do and know is how to stay healthy. Healthier, Happier You is all about real life stories, healthy lifestyle tips, and ways to get healthy and stay healthy. And when you stay healthy, of course, you'll naturally be a healthier, happier you. To find out more about me and this show, go to thespinecoach.com. If you're joining us live today, please be sure to post your comments. We look forward to your comments. We'd love to have you as part of the discussion and the engagement. And make sure you stay tuned towards the end of the show for our weekly healthy lifestyle tip coming up later. And be sure to comment or ask questions because the engagement follows further along in the show, even after the show. So thank you very much for joining us today. It's hard to believe, but we're halfway through season 1 of Healthier, Happier You. It's been a great ride so far, and today I'm honored and excited to have the highly successful Marcia Wieder on the show today. But before I introduce you to her, many of you may know of Marcia as the founder and CEO of Dream University, and we're going to find out more about that when we actually are talking to her. But before that, I want to highlight the theme of today's show is really a part 2, if you will, of dreams. But really, today's show has a different take, and that take is finding your true heart's desire, creating the life of your dreams. Today's focus is finding and creating the business and life of your dreams. So we're going to talk more about business today because, of course, Marcia has created a business empire around dreams, and I look forward to so much hearing about her story, and you will too. Many of you watching are entrepreneurs and business owners. And I'm going to quote a couple facts and statistics. Business in the U.S. is overwhelmingly small business. 98% of all employers in America have 20 or less employees, but contribute to over 46% of the economy. Did you know that 52% of small businesses are operated from the home? That's small business and entrepreneurs. Small businesses and entrepreneurs continue to be the incubators and innovators of business. And basically, small business and entrepreneurs are innovation and dreams. It starts with a dream often. So, the bio. Marcia Wieder is, and you're going to laugh, Marcia, is the queen of making your dreams come true. The founder and 1,000 people to become dream coaches and coach thousands of others to realize their life dreams. Marcia is a long-established thought leader and visionary thinker. As founder of the Meaning Institute, and I want to hear more about that later, she teaches people to create and live fulfilling lives. She's been a columnist for the San Francisco Chronicle, writes for Huffington Post, and is the author of 14 books. She has multiple appearances on Oprah Winfrey's show and was featured in her own PBS TV show called Making Your Dreams Come True. Marcia has taught at Stanford School of Business. As president of the National Association of Women Business Owners, she has assisted 3 U.S. presidents. She is a member of the Transformational Leadership Council and on the advisory board for the Los Angeles area chapter of the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Please help me welcome the wonderful and talented Marcia Wieder.
Hi.
Marcia, how are you doing?
Hi, Alan. It's great. We're officially international. I'm in Beverly Hills, and you're in Canada. So that's
Absolutely. And you know what the temperature is up here today?
I can't imagine.
It's about, in Fahrenheit, 10 degrees.
Oh, it's 80 degrees and sunny here. We should be live in Beverly Hills.
I'll take that as an invite.
Yes, please do.
I was actually just down in LA a couple days ago for another conference, but didn't get up your way, so I was in Irvine. So, wonderful. Thank you very much. I know you're very busy, taking time out of your busy schedule, but I know you've got some great stuff to share with us today. First of all, I want you to tell me about how you created Dream University and what dreams came true.
Well, back in the 90s, I saw a need, and I did an informal survey of about 1,000 people. And I was really looking for the trends that successful people shared. And what I saw was that successful people define success differently, but pretty much everybody talked about a feeling of passion, a feeling of drive. And people either talked about it in their hearts or in their bellies. But the most successful people talked about pursuing what they loved. And I later came to see that the secret to living a joyful, fulfilling life is to do more of what you love every day. But of course, for many of us, and it was true for me back then as well, I was living my life in 15-minute intervals, breakfast, lunch, dinner, evening meetings, and I really began this process of discerning what is it that I love, what is it that the world needs, and where's the sweet spot of how do I actually turn it into a business. Now, when I announced to family and friends that I was closing my marketing and media company in the National Press Building to start Dream University, they thought I had lost my mind.
Go figure, right? Go figure.
They basically said I would starve. My company is about a $2 million company with very small overhead, because I have discovered that people will pay well when you create the systems and the tools to help people see real results. And whether I'm working in corporate America and speaking more about visionary thinking, or I'm working with entrepreneurs and really teaching them how to go beyond problem solving and dreaming big, and then how to execute on those dreams, there is an absolute need for this conversation, and I'm happy to be one of the ones that brought it. And in the early days, Alan, I was one of the first ever coaches. I don't market myself so much as a coach anymore. I've trained and certified well over 1,000. We call them dream coaches.
Yeah, for sure, and I knew that.
Yeah, but I, really saw that coaching was an opportunity for people to help others dream bigger and open to a greater vision. So I think there's a real opportunity, as entrepreneurs, for us to dream the bigger dream and then design the strategies to make those dreams real.
Right, and so tell us more about your Dream University and where that evolved to. We're going to talk about one of your programs that you're most excited about, the online. And there's several programs I know you're excited about and what you're doing. So, but tell us how.
Dream University, we're really known for the inner and the outer. What I mean by that is we help you discover your purpose, your mission, your calling, and then live with integrity so that you're bringing it out into the world in a way that is meaningful, having an impact, and hopefully paying you well. I often encourage people that a wonderful professional dream is to be paid well for doing what you love. First, you have to know what you love, then you have to value your gifts and charge what you're worth, and then master the skill of being able to share your vision in a way that inspires other people to join you. That's part of the process. But this idea of inner and outer aligned. So we used to do 8 live events a year, and now we do one big live event a year called the Wealthy Visionary Conference, which is about bridging money and meaning. And people often go, well, I'm not wealthy and I'm not a visionary. Well, if you have a dream and you're wanting to reach more people and you're wanting to monetize it, it's a great space to play in. And what I love is sometimes I'm teaching people new ways to think about what they do. Like, I'm often surprised that many entrepreneurs don't think of themselves as infopreneurs. That if you're an entrepreneur who has information, such as you, Alan, and such as myself, and we have content, we have resources to help people, we fit under this umbrella called infopreneurs. So part of what Dream University does is it helps people get clear about what they do and don't want, helps them move over their overcome doubts and fears and limiting beliefs, and then helps them design the strategies in order to make the dreams a reality. So whether it's an online course, and we only have one. We took our biggest program, which was the Dream Coach certification. So as I mentioned, I've certified over 1,000 coaches, and this work is being taught in companies and in schools and families and in prisons and battered women's shelters. But I wanted to make it a lot more affordable and a lot more accessible, so we created the Dream Coach online certification program. And if people follow the link on your website, they can save $1,000 and learn more about that program. But if you're someone who is committed to helping people lose weight, become healthier, make more money, fall in love, write a book, travel around the world, it doesn't matter what the dream is, this certification program will allow you the structure to help others achieve their dreams and earn revenue in doing that. So what I like about who I am as an entrepreneur and the kind of the dreaming mindset is it's about morphing into what is life calling forward from you at this time. And when your dream for life and life's dream for you meets, that is considered very purposeful and very much on point. And I want to encourage more people to be asking those deeper questions. Who am I and why am I here? And how can I use my business or the idea I have for starting my business for having greater impact and bringing my gifts to the world?
Right. Marcia, you're doing some fantastic stuff, and I'm just posting the link here on the chat or the comments for everybody to look at. But it's also on the my website, which is thespinecoach.com. You go to the show and you get the page and find out all about Marcia and Dream University, which is great. I'm posting it right here and sharing it. I want to share a comment right here, which I think you know. Right here, I'm going to post it. Hello from Andy Lyons. Yoo-hoo, Marcia Wieder. This is filled with love and appreciation.
Hi, Andy. Here, I'll blow you back a kiss. Andy and I go way back. She's known me for many years, and we actually reconnected via a Hangout, believe it or not. So
well, there you go, and we're kind of reconnecting you again via Hangout. So welcome.
And Andy was at the Wealthy Visionary Conference, which was a wonderful.
Right, I remember seeing her, and I didn't. I think I met you briefly through Lisa Ingalls there, Andy, but we'll have to talk next time. Anyways, great stuff. I love that Hangouts is also a online social, really, but. That's some amazing stuff, but how would you say that the average business person, let's say the average wanting to become the exceptional business person, can start toning their dream, or maybe they have too many dreams, or they're really not sure about their dreams? What would you say?
Well, there's 4 questions in there. Which one shall we start with?
Yeah, you're perceptive there, Marcia. Anyways, pick one.
I would say one of the first times I was ever on Oprah, the show was about entrepreneurs starting their own business. And everybody talked about passion. If you're not passionate about it now, you're going to have bad days, or you're not going to be interested in it at all. I had the privilege of asking Oprah what was her dream when she started her company. And the first thing she said was fun. She said, I want to create a company where people can have fun. And she was telling us a lot about her values. And then she went on to say that she wanted to create a company where people would come together, make a contribution, and together they would give back to the world. And the audience went crazy because, a visionary does have a big vision. They're able to articulate it with clarity so people get it. They're able to express it with passion so people get excited about it. And true visionaries inspire other people to join them, help them, hire them. As a matter of fact, the obstacle called not enough money will completely disappear when you master the skill of enrollment, because because people might invest in you and might invest in your business. So I would say the first thing is to really get clear about who you are and what is it that matters to you and why do you want to do this thing. Finding your why, that's a big buzz right now. A lot of people are talking about that. Discovering your purpose, your mission, your calling, understanding what is driving you, and then writing out in as much detail as possible what the dream looks like. If time and money were not issues, if you had the support of the people around you, if you knew you could not fail, what would you do? What would you create? You know, and if you were adding the words, what else would bring you more joy, more abundance, more prosperity? What else would have you live as though you're living more in integrity with your heart and soul? And what many of us do is we go to strategy or strategic thinking too quickly in the process. In the early phases of a dream or a vision, you know, it's big and it's not defined. And if your realist comes in and says, well, how are you going to make that happen? And where are you going to get the time? And where are you going to get the money? You'll most likely compromise the dream down to what you realistically think is possible, or primarily based on how much money you have in your checking account. So what I encourage you to do is to stay in the what if and what else and the visionary process for a while. Now, if you never turn it into a strategy, it remains a fantasy or a nice idea. So the difference between a dream and a fantasy is that in a dream you can do something about it. But if you go to strategy too quickly, I see this time and time again, we compromise the dream down way too soon. So don't kill off the dream or aspects of the dream before you explore the possibilities.
Wow, that's brilliant stuff there, Marcia. And I know your programs are kind of very honed around those principles. You gave us a ton of stuff right there. I know I asked 4 questions, but thank you. You did a great job in answering them.
That's good.
So what I heard you saying also is that finding your true heart's desire, first part of the title of this show today, has a lot to do with just feeling your heart's desire and even defining your heart's desire, as opposed to, like you say, going to strategy right away, which too often people go to act before they really consolidate their sort of feelings about their dream, correct?
That's really valuable. I have the privilege of teaching some very high-level executives. They are coaches to world presidents and major companies and banks, and we joke that the first day I have to usually spend convincing them that feelings are a good thing, because they're so brilliant, they're so developed, you know, in part of themselves. But there really is something about connecting into your heart and feeling what matters to you and why. And there's the Harvard Business Review recently did a distinction between happiness and fulfillment. I thought this was fascinating. That happiness is when you focus on your own needs, but that greater fulfillment comes from doing acts of meaning, acts of service when you're contributing to other people. And meaning often comes when we're connected to our faith, what we believe in. And some people might say, well, that's in your head, and some people might say it's in your heart or might in your soul. But meaning comes from having a faith practice, something that really you believe in and matters to you, but also being part of a community. And that's what I love with what's possible with Hangouts and with your show, that you're gathering us together as kindred spirits, that we are visionary and we are big dreamers, but we're also really committed to having impact, making a contribution, and being in service. And I think that without this level of consciousness, and we often see this in the first half of life, our soul is hijacked by our ego. It's all about achieve, accomplish, more and more, climbing to the top of the mountain, only sometimes to discover that it's the wrong mountain. And the second half of life, when we start to ask these deeper, more meaningful questions about ourselves, our lives, our businesses, and the world, then we can make this very major shift where our ego is now in service to our soul. So there's still the ability to achieve and accomplish and be successful, but the motivation has changed. So this idea of in service to what? It's a very important aspect to consider when you're thinking about your business, your dream life, you know, and the contribution that you want to make, and especially when we bring it back full service, that you know, fulfillment comes from what's meaningful, and what's meaningful to us is something that needs to be felt, not just thought about. I heard some Nobel Prize winners say that understanding is the booby prize. So, you know, a lot of us, especially those of us that have been on a path for our whole life, you know, we've been seekers. Well, in the early phases, a lot of us do what's called personal growth work, that third chakra. I want to make more money, I want to be more successful, you know, and really excellent practices like integrity and keeping our agreements. But at a certain point, hopefully we bring it up and we open to our hearts and we say, okay, well, in service to what? How can I bring my gifts in service to healing, awakening, and transformation? How can I live a life of service? And given that most of us will work roughly 100,000 hours before we retire, the ability to bring what you love, what matters, and what's meaningful to your company or to your job or career is not only a nice idea, it's critical.
Yeah, exactly. You know, that is amazing stuff that you're summarizing here, because it's really saying that you know, business is just really needs to be a reflection and an alignment with our heart and soul. And when you're not in alignment, there's likely going to be issues, right?
And usually it's where people don't see success, you know. So this idea of intention and integrity, it's the first two principles in the Dream Coach methodology. Whether somebody's interested in becoming a Dream Coach or not, it's very valuable content, because a lot of people talk about intention. And most of us have intentions and good intentions. And intention is like the rudder that steers the course of your life. But without the second step, which is integrity, it's just words. So the idea of intention and integrity together is very core. We often say we want one thing and we do another, or we say we want something and we do nothing, you know, or we say that our life is about, you know, serving, whether it's about environment, education, whatever it's about, but it's like we're working a day job in order to have the money to do what we really want to do. And I respect that. Sometimes that's a viable strategy, but I think the next level up from that is that if your intention really is to work in the environment, create an opportunity for you to work in the environment. And a source of great suffering is when we say we're going to do something and we do nothing. And a source of great peace is really to get in alignment. So intention and integrity together form a core building block for manifestation. And nothing, you know, when we go to dream in business and in life, our ability to open our minds and imagine and then actually be in integrity with that and create is a very critical skill, because nothing activates that internal voice of the doubter, the part that says you can't do that and here's why. Nothing activates that more than saying you're going to do something and not doing it. So I've been exploring that in order to access the unknown. At a spiritual level, we could say the path to the unknown is the divine. In order to get on that path and also to just be more of a visionary, a more successful business person, we need to get comfortable with uncertainty. And the things that will make us comfortable with uncertainty has everything to do with self-trust, which comes from our ability to center at heart, but also awareness of our unconscious and our shadow parts, and just really understanding the whole package. On the Dream University homepage, there's a free opt-in gift for 12 ways to be a 21st century visionary. And the very first step in that is to get comfortable with uncertainty. We live in uncertain times. And many people would say, well, this is not the time to go for your dream. This is not the time to start a business or grow a business. This is a time to be realistic. Well, if you look in your checking account, that might be true. But if you look in your heart, you might find a whole different set of criteria and really realize that life is short and that you're a critical part of the tapestry, and your commitment to act on what's important to you, both in how you're living personally, but even more so in your business life, is really essential for the awakening of our planet right now.
Yeah. Oh, that's so special there, Marcia. And you know, I'm going to ask you in a minute here, to list the top 3 things you would recommend to our audience. But just a reminder to our audience that go to thespinecoach.com, click the show, and go to the link for Marcia Wieder. You will get the link to Dream University, the program that Marcia has mentioned, and obviously that's your avenue to get into checking out all the details about Marcia and her programs. So that's awesome. At this point, I'm going to give this week's healthy lifestyle tip, and then we're going to come back to Marcia for what her closing comments are, and to give us the top 3 sort of best advice about creating the business of your dreams and to make it come true. So this week's healthy lifestyle tip, I decided, would be taking a breath break. And that was that wording is taken from a someone who I follow on Google Plus, and that's Sparked Co out of Australia. And so I'm just going to walk you through that right now. One of the things about deep breathing is that it helps to bring extra oxygen and energy to your body and your brain, and helps to eliminate fatigue. And by the way, yawning is a sign that you do not have enough oxygen in your brain. So yes, when you're tired, why do you yawn? The reason you yawn is because you're not breathing as efficiently as you should, and your body and your brain just turns on the signal to say yawn, because oh, guess what? It forces you to have a deep breath. And it also, deep breathing helps you to detoxify. So I'm just going to walk everybody through this right now, including Marcia, if you'd like to participate. Is stop and take a few moments to take a few deep breaths in through your nose, 2, 3, 4, out through your mouth. Again, in through your nose, 2, 3, 4, out through your mouth. Fully exhale, fully, in fact, force out that exhaling. And then one more time. In through your nose, 2, 3, 4, and out through your mouth. And just force that little bit of extra air out. And then the natural tendency is to fill up again and breathe. And doesn't that feel energizing? Now, if you're in your office, I teach in my Energized Entrepreneur program, which is one of my programs of the Spine Coach. This is one of the things I teach as part of office management for increasing energy, certainly as a business person or anybody who sits in front of the computer all day long. So remember that tip. You can check out Energized Entrepreneur if you like. That's through the spinecoach.com website as well. So there's lots of resources you can check out about breathing and that to energize yourself and to get your mind clear as well. So I hope that was useful to everyone. So Marcia, would you like to summarize?
Sure. I loved that. Their breathing was so relaxing. I want to say that in business, dreaming is serious business. It's the driving force for transformation. Without vision, companies fail. Without our personal dreams, our lives can become routine, mundane, and stagnant. There's even a word for it called apoptosis that basically says that when your brain believes you've outgrown your usefulness, which can happen at any age, it sends a message to the body that it's no longer needed. And we see premature aging, and we see apoptosis when people get laid off, retire, experience an empty nest, or when you stop dreaming. So not only is dreaming, not frivolous, it's an essential conversation for transforming our lives, our businesses, and the world. The second thing that I would say is that in school you learn the ABCs. At Dream University we teach the CBAs. Get clear about your dreams. That for many people is the hardest step. B, believe in your dreams by demonstrating you're more committed to your dreams than to any doubt, fear, or reality. And A, prove that you're more committed to your dreams by taking action on them. And the shortcut action step is to share your dreams. And it's how you share your dreams, the idea of enrolling and inspiring other people, that will really transform your business and your life. And the last thing I would say, and it's a little bit of a shameless plug, but I feel like the best way to learn something is to teach it. And I want to invite you to check out our Dream Coach certification program through Alan's link and get a special discount on that, because people used to pay $5,000 and come spend a week with me in California. And whether you're a coach already and you want more skills, or you want to become a coach, or you're somebody who knows you have the heart of a coach, or you're just somebody that really values going in depth, this process will help you learn to dream again, open to a bigger vision, and really map out a very proven strategy and methodology to help you get clear about what you do and don't want, believe in your dreams, and take action. So I'm incredibly proud of it because, like I said, I've taken 1,000 people live through the program, and I wanted to reach a lot more people with it. So if you're sitting here and you're thinking, I want to grow my business, or I want to start a new business, and I'm not even sure what it is, please take a look at that and see if it would be valuable, and if so, take advantage of that. And then also, I invite you to join us at the Wealthy Visionary Conference. Dr. Allen will be there. I will be there.
I will be there.
It's there. It's a ways away, but it's something that you can put on your calendar. It sells out every year. And if you're watching this show, I know that you have the heart of a dreamer and that you are a visionary, and you're probably ready to take your vision to the next level. And if you wind up making it to the event, make sure that you tell us that you heard about me on the Spine Coach through Dr. Allen's show and through his website, and come up and sneak a hug.
That's right. We look forward to seeing you, Marcia. We still have a couple more minutes to go. So I love what you're saying. You know, this show has been full already with what you've given us. Amazing. Anything else you want to leave us with?
I just want to say that regardless of what's going on in the economy or on the news or in global events or even in your own checking account, it's never been a better or more important time for you to pursue your dreams. Now, don't be somebody who's just thinking and talking and dreaming about your dreams. Put that stake in the ground by setting an intention. Put yourself in right relationship with integrity by taking action on it. Make a commitment to something that you're going to do today to demonstrate that you're serious about your dream. When people see that you're actually taking action on it, they will rally around you in a whole different way. Everything can change with one step. With one step, you demonstrate that you're not just talking about it, that you're serious about it. So you've already taken a great step by tuning in and joining us today. But hopefully this show has really provoked you a little bit to really go a little deeper into your own heart and say, what is really important to me? What does really matter to me? And then most importantly, what am I willing to do about it?
Yeah, and you know, whether you're watching this live or in replay, you know, you can still act on this and do exactly what Marcia said. And my website's not going anywhere either, thespinecoach.com. Click on the show page. Marcia, it's been such a pleasure also working with you and doing some work with you, which has been phenomenal. You know, you're just such a visionary, I think always have been, right? And visionary, dreamer, it's all good, right?
Well, in the early days, people thought dreaming was a bad thing, so I had to start out by redefining that a dream is, you know, getting in touch with what's important to you and then taking action to make it happen. And I know you very much live that principle as well, which is why I think, you know, we resonate with each other's work.
I agree, Marcia. So thank you very much for being a guest on my show, and I think, you know, everybody who's watching this is going to be blown away. I mean, you had so much information. Of course, you know, I asked a lot of questions. You answered them all. Just the way it goes. And more.
Well, thank you for having me on. I'm really honored, and I think the world of you, and I really appreciate the opportunity to reach your audience with my message. So thanks to everybody who took time to tune in and listen. Appreciate it.
Aw, thank you, Marcia. And heart to heart, you know, we're connected, and so I thank you very much for that. The show's not just over yet. Let me just finish by telling you a couple important things, and then we're going to say goodbye to our guest. But of course, we always have a call to action in the show, and that call to action is what I mentioned before, and Marcia's mentioned, is go to the show page. Even in the event page, you'll notice that there is the contact information for Marcia and the Energized Entrepreneur program that I mentioned. So the actual Google Plus show page has that. But more importantly, thespinecoach.com, click the show and choose the Marcia Wieder show, and you'll find all that information for Dream University and all her programs, and more about Marcia, of course. So Marcia's message, of course, truly inspiring, visionary, basically live your dreams, whether in health, in wealth, or happiness. Live your dreams and find your true heart's desire by feeling inside. Take the time to feel what you're actually feeling, whether it be about health or wealth or happiness, and consciously create the life of your dreams. I think that was really the message I got out of it today. Consciously create the life of your dreams. And this show is a watch again show because there's so much there. And thank you very much, Marcia. Again, just a quick thank you very much for being on the show. And I know we're going to be doing some great stuff. You're doing some great stuff, and I'm taking your leadership, and we're co-creating some stuff. So that's a good feeling for me. I love it. So at this time, it's about time to wrap up the show. I want to give an extra special thank you again to my special guest, Marcia Wieder. Yay! It's my belief that each one of you can live a healthier, happier life. How? By simply learning and applying the beliefs and the understandings that are healthy lifestyle habits, that create healthy lifestyle habits. And of course, habits are things that you do again and again and again that start to change your life. Every day to do these things that make a habit so that you can become that person that you deserve to be, that healthier, happier you. Once again, be sure to go to thespinecoach.com. You have lots of reasons to go there now to find out more about me, this show, and my online programs, and of course, our guests. Thank you for watching. See you next week. I'm Dr. Alan Chong, the Spine Coach.